So I had two trading sessions back to back, one day after the other, with the same strategy, same risk per trade, same setups, but one of them ended at a plus 4.6R and the other one ended negative 3R. What do you think the difference was? In this video, I want to go over these two trading sessions and highlight that one variable that is always going to be there regardless of how good your system is or your strategy, and that's going to be your own behavior. And in this case, in my case specifically this time, it was patience. As you will see throughout this trading session, I'm going to be breaking down some of the trades I took and highlighting some of the key lessons I took for each session. But that is the main thing. The main theme of this video is how patient and not being patient really could run a trading session. So without further ado, let's just get into this trading session and break down these charts. All right, so starting, by the way, this is January 21st. I got a bunch of I got a bunch more sessions that I need to go and break down. So first trade, we got a quick nice bounce up. So I'm looking for more continuation higher. Here I set my order out of break of recent highs. Price makes the initial push, and I get my order trust to break even. I get started on a retest before the price moves higher. That's fine. Then we get another drop for another bounce at the same support level. I try to get in on another long. I have a bullish reversal divergence there. It seems like it was going to play out. Let's see, I got a break even. I got a partial profit. By the way, I need to work on my trail stop. I feel like that trail is being a little bit too aggressive lately. And as I predicted when I first changed it, my win rate per session, it went higher, but my average win per trade, it has gone lower because I'm taking a lot of small partial profits. Not in this case, it was a full TP, so that was a cool trade. All right, so what am I looking for next?
Order filled.
Okay, I'm looking for a bullish here. I have a hidden bullish divergence. I'm on top of EMAs. I'm right above, right near resistance levels. So I don't have much to go, but if we can break those resistances, it will be a good move. Unfortunately, I got stopped there. This price ended up moving lower. The setups look still valid for another push higher. Now from this support up, my order gets filled. Price is struggling a little bit here. I got to scale in, but that wasn't at the right distance, so I immediately got stopped out there. I think I took a small loss on that one. Price kept climbing higher, and okay, so it ended up being a profit. That's another thing that not trailing so aggressively will help me with. When I'm doing this scaling, it will give price the gap between current price at the time of scaling and the stop order will be larger. So as soon as I get filled in, my average entry price will go lower, but it will be as close to price that I would get immediately stopped out like they happened on this one. We got stopped there out of a fail short. Was that a break even? I didn't really see. I wasn't paying attention. All right, so I'm looking for another short here. I have a reversal, regular bearish divergence here. Looking at a rejection of this resistance and a failure of this semi-support here. Price is looking, I guess, about to give up. Makes it move lower. I get stopped at break even. Trying some profits, and I get nice full take profit there for a 3R, putting me up in the session. Now going back to the patience thing, because I kind of got sidetracked there because of the whole divergence trailing whatever setup. Notice how in between trades there is a good amount of space. It might be a little harder to tell because the way I speed up these trades, like the times I'm not really doing anything, because again I don't want the video to be too long and get crazy boring. One thing about this trades is that I'm not taking them, like so far in this session I haven't taken back-to-back trades like that. There's always a little bit of a gap, which with the video being speed up, it's gonna be hard to tell, but there's probably like a 5 maybe 4 minute break in between trades. So Yeah, to some people that might sound like too quick, but for me that's a pretty nice gap. I get my setups, they come up really often, so if I go 5-6 minutes straight without a setup, that means, you know, that means I'm being patient. But to each his own, I guess. Anyway, all right, so this is the almost the end of the session here. I think it is. Night trades in. I think this one was a 12 trade session. But yeah, this one you could say was like the closest back to back trading session that I took for a different setup, because I first went short, and then I think, oh no, I went long here, I got stopped out, and then I'm retrying this long because I was seeing how price is slowing down here and it's really struggling to move lower. So I'm thinking, okay, we're probably gonna have a move higher here. So I got in longs. I got a partial profit on that one. The setup's still valid, so I'm taking another bounce of support here. However, I don't have a divergence, so this is a B setup. This is not an A plus setup. They better push hot. We made a quick push. I got one scaled in, and I got stopped out for a small profit. All right, now I'm getting impatient there because I'm chasing those trades back to back. Yeah, I'm getting partial profits, but I'm still not taking my time as I should be. And those setups were, B plus setup. Don't really know why I'm trying this so hard there, because I'm already up comfortably in the day, so there should be no reason for me to keep really pushing it that hard. In fact, I'm good for the day. I don't really know what I was chasing for this day, but anyway. We're going short here. Again, my trail stop needs to be adjusted so I can get in scale ins without automatically getting stopped out. Made another push. Got some profit here. Got stopped at break even, but because it wasn't scaling, I actually got out at a profit of 1.9R, almost 2R there. That is yeah, have a little bit of a hidden bullish divergence there. Not all food indicators confirming, but still got in. But I think I'm gonna get stopped here. Yeah, I got in at a break of highs there, so that wasn't the ideal spot. Besides, the uptrend is not as clear no more. It seems like we're in a bit of a range, and that was the final trade for that session. All right, so that was a good session, right? I ended positive 4.6, and you can see how I was taking those trades. And for the at the start of the session, there was a gap in between those trades, right? They went in as back to back. Now, I want you to keep that in mind as we go into the second session, because I think the second session started similarly, but maybe it was the drawdown that I was in this session for a longer time that really gave me that sense of urgency that really pushed me to start pushing in those trades. And you can see how the quality of those trades immediately started going down because I was being impatient and I wasn't really waiting for them as much. So first trade, we're looking for a bullish move here. I didn't really see if I have what setup was that. Looks like a possible hidden burst divergence, but if I can tell clearly, then it means it's not a valid setup. This one I'm looking for a bounce of support. Again, a B plus setup there. It's looking like a possible reversal, but end up stopping me out. Wouldn't get surprised if we get a break of highs there, another push higher. I'm looking for that. This is the one thing I like about more than writing down your journaling type style of journaling. I like to do more this video style because I get to see the same thing I was looking at that time that I was trading. And if, mind you, this video was almost 4 weeks ago, about a month ago, and I'm still looking at the same setup and I'm thinking, yeah, this is the trade I would take right now, and that's the trade I took at that time. That tells me, okay, that's consistent. I'm looking for the same thing, and I would make the same decision in the heat of the moment. And once I'm like just looking back, and I don't have like that pressure of the moment. So let's see, I just took a short there and I got stopped out. I'm looking for another short here. Yeah, this is a hidden divergence of a previous support. Might get stopped out at a break even there. I'll say. Okay, we're still down about 0.5R. Look for a long there, but that was a little late. That was a valid setup, but it was a little late. I should have looked for that setup a bit closer to support, but maybe move a little too fast for me. Anyway, I'm locking in some profits here, so it's not going to be total loss or break even trade. locked in a 7 R there, 0.7 R. All right, I'm looking for a short now. I got a small reversal, regular bearish divergence there.
Stop
We're
filled.
moving lower. We broke recent lows on the retest of that support, and
Order filled.
I think I got a full profit there, or I gotta stop. No, I gotta stop. So I didn't get to carry the whole profit there, but profit is profit. I got close enough to it. Okay, so now I have a hidden bullish divergence.
Stop filled.
Trying to get another break of this recent highs. We're getting break even there, stopped. Right, now what's next? So far the session's looking good. I'm up 1.5 R, close to 1.5 R. All right, got another short here after another bearish reversal, divergence, a break of this support, and the next support zone after lower will be good for me, but I can break even before that. All right, so let's see what's next. I think at this point I already started to pick up the trade frequency, the rate at which I'm entering this trade is starting to pick up.
Stop filled.
Yeah, this was, I got no setup there. I can't really see. Nah, there was no setup there. So yeah, that trade was a total waste. All right, that's when I went crazy. I'm going short there, which I can see why, but again, there's no full setup there. That's just a structural based trade, which is not really my strategy. Okay, so that's a loss. Back-to-back losses. At this point, I think this is when the session went to hell.
Stop filled.
So you saw how I just took 2 back-to-back losses. Then I'm trying to go short again. No real setup yet. That's a third loss on the session. Okay, now I'm trying to go high again after I'm seeing this push with a little retest. Kind of worked. I'm gonna get some partial profits there, but again, that's not gonna make up for the 3 losses I just took, right? Which we took it for free basically because there was no real setup. I'm going short again, and I'm gonna get stopped out again now.
Stop filled.
It looks like I'm about to get stopped here. Yep, there you go. All right, getting another stop there. So that's 4 losses on literally on the same range. And now I'm going for a long. So it's basically every time I took a short and it didn't work, I switched to a long. And yeah, that shows a lot of frustration there. I don't know what happened, man, but I'm really frustrated at this point. I can tell just by the way I'm taking those trades. I'm being really impatient. And okay, a final short. This one looks better. At least we'll break those lows. What's it gonna be? Another break even? Okay, some partial profits. But again, man, 6 trades in the same session, 4 losses, 2 break evens. 2 profits that basically amount to 1. There was no reason for me to do that. I really lost control there, and yeah, that's why that session was cooked. So yeah, man. That was the main point of this video, is to highlight how it's the same thing with just different aspects of it. The strategy is down, the strategy works, but it's my end as a trader that needs to be worked on. And this is the same thing I was talking about when I talked about my video about how do you know if you're ready to trade live or to buy a prop already. It's these things. It's this type of sessions that remind me that you got a strategy that works, and you got some setups you can trust, but you got to be able to trust yourself. Like I am the person that needs to work now. And when I tell you I can't wait until I get a prop firm and that I want to really start making some real money and all that, I also look back at these sessions and I got a few of them more where I'm doing stupid stuff and I'm not really following my setups and I'm not really following my strategy. Those are the sessions that are humbling me and keep me like grounded and help me realize that, hey, I gotta get rid of all of these mistakes while I can now, because this is demo and this is the place to make those mistakes. Because once this mistake starts to happen on a real live account, there's no going back from that. Like that, there's money that's going to be on the line. So yeah, so that was basically the message for this video, man. You know, you can have a good strategy, you can have a good setups, you can have a good system, but once all of those things are taken care of, you are going to be that one variable, right? And in my case, with these 2 sessions, the one variable that really affected me was the patience to not look for another setups, not wait for another setups. And I think these 2 sessions, because like I said, they were back-to-back session, they really highlighted to me how drastic the change in performance can be between a session and the other. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you like this video, like, subscribe, join the channel, and join the journey, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.